Good afternoon, folks. We are live and up and running once again. Let me switch everything over to the right layout and we will jump right into Vampire Crawlers. All right. We should have audio and we should have video. So I've been looking forward to this one. Just full disclosure, I have been playing this since it came out a bit. So we're not starting off with a completely new save, but I'm barely a chunk of the way into the game. I'd say maybe a quarter, a third. And there's still a lot I'm trying to learn. So we're going to get into it today. I will leave the sound where it is for now. If I need to tweak it, I can later. This game has really cool music. We'll be listening to that. For folks who haven't seen this game or heard anything about its development, this is the latest entry from Ponkel, creators of Vampire Survivors. And it is a dungeon crawling, deck building, exploration, roguelite game that has quite a bit of overlap with the setting and all the characters and creatures from Vampire Survivors. So if you played that, it's going to look really familiar. This is the town hub where we start and have a bunch of different buildings that allow us to go and purchase upgrades, swap our characters. And here in the tavern, we've got our current list of playable or recruitable characters that I've unlocked so far. And I think there's a decent chunk more that I'm missing because I haven't even unlocked all the levels yet. But right now, I have the ability to take 2. And we've got Pugnala and Mortaccio. I just unlocked the skeleton, so I want to test him out on a run. I'll go into one of the earlier areas to kind of explain the mechanics and what I've learned in playing the game so far. This shows our achievements / unlocks. Still have a decent chunk of these to go, whether it's characters, unlocking levels, or unlocking arcana to use. Power-ups give us permanent passive boosts, just like in the original Vampire Survivors. These upgrades scale, so at some point I'm going to probably have to refund them all and accurately invest them, but they're expensive. Museum shows us all our relics that we've obtained so far. These can be found in the different dungeons. I've got a couple more left. Oh, I think I know how this works. I haven't used this one yet. Blacksmith. This allows us to customize or upgrade our different playable cards by adding gem slots, and I'll explain how the gems work when we get into a run. This is also expensive. Both the weapons and the passives can be upgraded with slots. The Arcana tent lets us swap out our equipped Arcana. I'm currently using one that allows me to get 1 mana every 100 cards played. I'll explain how that works in a sec. World map takes us out into the main overworld where we can choose which dungeon we're going to jump into. Of note on the map, we've got... Hey, Bits is here. Hey, Bits. Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Have you picked this game up yet? Because I know you played Vampire Survivors, and I know you play Balatro. This might be one of the worst ones yet. I see. Vet bills can be pretty expensive. But you have to let me know when you eventually do pick it up, because it's a lot of fun. I'll be kind of explaining mechanics and stuff and going through things today, so you get a kind of a sneak preview about how stuff works and what I've learned after playing it for a couple days. Okay. So our dungeons, we have a choice from Mad Forest, Inlaid Library, Teeny Bridge, the Dairy Plant, and our current progression blocker is the Weenie Bridge. This one is difficult. I think I need some more upgrades before I can clear that one easily. But we'll go into the Mad Forest. We'll go into the second tier. The way the levels are divided in this game, you have the main level, and then there's multiple difficulties that get more difficult as you go down. And there's different rewards, relics, or characters you can find and unlock in each one. And it's just a more difficult dungeon as you go. Tile sets changes slightly, the enemies change. We'll go to level 2 since I'm going to be trying a new character out. Oh, I haven't cleared the bottom one of this one. I thought I did. Let's try do a sight reading run with Mortaccio, and maybe we'll go back in here. I do want to clear the bottom one, so this zone is completely done. Okay. This is our view, first person. And our map in the lower right, which I'm partly obscuring, shows us the layout of the entire dungeon floor. All the skulls are enemy encounters. The big skull with the horns is the boss. And then there's chests to be got. Other interactables are the question marks. And little dots are breakable terrain, like the lamps or things that'll give you power-ups or money. But I think the thing that destroys every enemy on the first floor that I unlocked, I've never used. I'm assuming that's what this is. Yep. Oh, and I get the experience for that. Okay. Experience bar, just like in Vampire Survivors, is up here at the top. When the blue bar tops out, you level, and you get to choose from different cards to put into your deck. And let's see, we'll grab a 1 cost. One thing that I didn't learn right away until I've been playing this for a bit, you want to pay attention to the mana cost in the upper left. This tracks to your mana orb, which is I'm blocking. There's a blue orb behind my head, and the number on there shows how much mana you have to expend on each turn when you play your cards. So I've got 3 to start. So the knife costs 0, the magic wand costs 0, the fire wand costs 1. And every time you play the card in your turn, it deducts that number of mana from your overall pool. Life is over here on the left. That runs out, you die on a run. I'm going to take the fire wand because it does decent damage. We're going to probably catch a few levels for clearing the entire floor. Empty Tome, 0 cost, adds 1 mana to your pool. Spellbinder, which procs Pugnala's skill once I eventually find her. I'll take that. Another Empty Tome. Okay, Rune Tracer. Okay, so we got 5 levels for free just for wiping the entire floor and the boss. So I just have to go collect everything. These little rat thief guys show up around the floors. You basically spam the entirety of your deck, and they give you experience for free. We'll get golden armor. We need that to evolve the Rune Tracer. Okay, this is an evolution gem. These can be found in the environment like this, or they can show up as rewards rarely. When you grab one of these gems, if you have the components to evolve one of your weapons, just like in original Vampire Survivors, it's the same recipes. And you get this gem, you get the ability to evolve them at the cost of the individual components. So this one is no future, the big laser, bouncing laser. So if we evolve Rune Tracer, we sacrifice that. We need either the regular armor or golden armor. And now we have the evolved form of the weapon. Now this is gems. So we can either choose an upgrade gem for our loadout of gear, or we can just grab cash for 200. I'm going to go for might, which is damage. And we could throw that on the bone. This is Mortacio's base weapon. This one doesn't evolve, as far as I know. So that's 10% boost to its base damage. Actually, no. I think playing that card gives you a 10% might boost up here. I think I've been reading that wrong. Well, we'll see when we actually use it. These are our in-run, quote-unquote, permanent stats. And the growth is over here. As we get things that boost this, then it'll give us better stats for the run. Duplicators, number of projectiles. Spinach is might. Pomerola is regen at the end of an encounter. And the bracer is hand size. Alright, now we gotta actually do something on this floor. So when we get into a fight, we have the enemies here that start a certain distance away, and then when they get close enough after the turn ends, they will attack you for their damage rating, which subtracts from your life. The reason why the mana system and the mana cost is important is you can play cards that you can afford just based on your overall pool. Again, I'm starting with 3. And as long as I play stuff that's either free or I can afford, then I can play them, and then my turn ends when I can't play anything else with the mana I've got. The trick is something I learned a couple sessions in. When you play things in order of ascending cost, in most cases, then it has a damage multiplier that's pretty significant. So for example, I could play No Future, which is strong on its own, and I think it's probably still the strongest. 90 damage, bounces around, and hits pretty much everything. But if I played the Bone for 0, and I'm going up in cost, in sequence. So if I go from 0, and then I played the Fire Wand, which is 1, my multiplier would go up because we're going in consecutive order. 0 cost to 1 cost, and if I had a 2 cost that I could afford to play, the more you chain your consecutive plays, the higher damage multiplier gets, and some of the enemies later are very strong. So you have to kind of train your brain into thinking about the cost in sequential order, not just the cost of what you can play. In the earlier levels, it doesn't matter a ton when you're just learning, but as we'll see, things do scale. So let's see, we can grab our crawler card. These are for the characters that join your party. So the skeleton,
Them bones, them bones.
he will join our party for 2 turns, and his ability is 2 more projectiles fired per weapon. After that depletes, then he'll leave and you have to recruit him again. Okay, play extra mana. Oh, and his projectile bounces. Okay. Bracer. Yep. Overall hand size goes up. Okay, we have a lot of 0 cost things, so I can't really demonstrate the consecutive multiplier thing till I get more. The Spellbinder increases the duration stat in this game. That's the number of turns your crawlers will hang around to help you. When I get Pugnala, her ability allows you to stack this insanely high, so you basically have these characters with you for forever if you play your hand right. The wild cards, which look like this W, these function like combo fillers or extenders. Basically, if I was going from 0 to 1 and I was missing a 2, I could play this to fill the gap and continue my combo with the multiplier, or I could use it to reset and restart my combo and stack up more damage if I'm playing weapons or damage-based cards. There are permanent wild cards, and then there's ones you pick up from the dungeon that are one and done. You use them and they're destroyed. And the reason why I'm not using this one is because I'm waiting for a tougher enemy to show up to burn it. When I burn it, it gives me 50 coins right out the gates. Coins are up here. This is our main unlock currency. So I'm going to hold on to that for now. Grab armor. Stone Mask. This one boosts our greed stat, which should show up on the right. More gold drops per defeated enemies or whatnot, but it's a one and done to boost the stat. It also is the evolution condition for the Gatiamari, the cats. I think I'll go damage. We're going to need some more 2 cost things eventually. Okay, vacuum. This is another one. We will draw a card for free, but then we burn it. So again, this one's a wild. It functions like a combo filler extender, so we're going to hold on to that for now. Same with Little Clover. Candelabrador. This is our splash. Our splash damage stat. Okay, we can chain Bone and Tracer. There's Pugnala. Okay. Recruit her. So her ability is pretty useful. Whenever you draw a yellow card, or play a yellow card, she draws another card into your deck, or your hand from your deck, rather. And that's pretty useful when you have a lot of yellow cards, like the one that extends. So you can use her to sort of stack up a lot of turns, a lot of mana. I think she's my favorite so far. She was my favorite in the original Vampire Survivors.
To your aid.
Okay. We can chain with 8 the Sparrow. These are her guns. And that'll end their turn. Actually, we can play the 0 cost first, then we'll play the turn. Okay, Spellbinder. So when we play Spellbinder, it's still 0 cost, and it will extend the duration for both Mortaccio and Pugnala, but then we'll get a free card because of her passive.
I say.
And that's pretty useful. Same thing when we play Spinach. But no damage. No. Ah, I should have done that. Okay, when we kill a mini or a regular boss, we have the ability to stack on additional cards or damage for an overkill bonus, but I don't have any, so we'll just grab it. You get that ability from a relic you find in one of the dungeons. Ooh. We can get Hellfire. Hellfire is pretty strong. Okay, clear these last 2 waves and we'll go and fight the boss. Okay, now we can get some level 2s. Pomodora, this stacks on to a regen or heal bonus you get up here. Whenever you play it, it adds up on that number, and then when you beat the encounter, you get that much health recovered. But I'm going to go for damage with the axe. Picked up a lot of wilds. We can burn them on this particular fight. Should make it pretty trivial. So if you go 0... Wild. Guns. If I had more mana, then I'd be able to stack up and get my multiplier up to 4, play no future, but I don't have a lot yet.
Excellent.
Okay. Let's see. We can go. We can burn one of these to play Hellfire. There's nothing else. Okay. So we've got blue trigger. This one gives whatever card you slot it into a blue card attribute. So anyone who has a passive over here that triggers from blue cards being played will get triggered by that card. Mana cost isn't bad. We can do something fun here. So this reduces mana cost by 1. You can use it on anything that's got a mana cost, period, including something that's 0. So if we play it on Spellbinder and we play that card, now it'll give us 1 mana. You can do some nutty things with those gem upgrades. Here's a good example. So if I play Spellbinder and then it starts in the sequence as well. So if we go from -1, we'd go -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. It functions in sequence too.
Focus.
So we could go burn one of these. 0, 1. That is floor chicken. We'll just leave that there. This is the food shop. We can trade in some of our cards for healing in a pinch if we need to heal more.
Haha.
Refund mana on play. That's useful. When we slot this into one of the items, whether it's a weapon or a passive, it doesn't change the cost, but when we play that card, it essentially refunds the mana. So if we put it on Candelabrador, which is what I'm going to do, then we get 2 back. Actually, I can put it on Hellfire. One thing that the game, I don't know if it tells you, I had to figure it out. When you have weapons that can be evolved, they need a free slot, which is why I'm not putting them in these weapons and only have 1. But for evolved weapons, they don't evolve again. So if I put it on Hellfire, whenever I play it, I'm going to get 3 back for free, which I'm going to try and play this one a lot because it does a ton of damage. I'm going to do that. We just need a slightly higher overall base pool of mana so that we can use our more expensive ones. Excuse me. Okay, we'll grab Spellbinder. Now that's free.
Focus.
Would have done more damage if we chained it, but it's alright. Okay, -1. 1. The cats come out and hit the enemies, and they have a chance to create the little scuffle clouds, which stacks on damage. We need the stone mask in order to evolve those.
Excellent.
Aw, not quite enough.
Bingo.
Let's get more yellow cards. More spellbinders would be good. Ooh, 3 mana up. Now our pool's 4. Again, it's behind me, you can't see it. But our base pool's 4, which will help. And then when we hit 100 cards played up here, we'll get another permanent boost to our mana pool from our Arcana over here. So as you go through the dungeon, the more you play, the more tools you sort of stack up. This. That should just nuke everything. Okay, this is an unlock chest. We have to sacrifice 2 of the respective colors in order to unlock it. I don't want to burn any more yellows. Let's leave it. Okay, this is the boss floor. So play mana. Wild. Oh. I didn't think we'd do that much damage all at once.
Smart. Excellent.
Maybe I shouldn't be burning her abilities. Because I did. Took the boss out before he even got up to take a turn. Ooh, okay, we can evolve the axe. This is Death Spiral. Axe plus Candelabrador. Okay, that's floor 3. There's 5 floors in this dungeon.
Fate persists.
Ooh. Okay, we can recruit a 3rd crawler. This is Demario, the priest. Doesn't put him on our team, but I think it puts his recruit card into the pool. So we can have 3. There he is. Here's Clover.
Focus.
We need that for the Fire Wand evolution. Or, no, that's the sword. The boomerang. The cross boomerang.
Haha.
Mana sacrifice. Okay, this particular one, we have to sacrifice a card, but it'll get us a permanent boost to our mana pool by 1. Could get rid of the cats. Or we could get rid of our extra Rune Tracer. Now we're up to 6. damage. We'll grab the cross. I can't play. Oh no, it's free. All right. And there's our evolve for the cross. Let's get pick up. Gets his heaven sword.
Bingo.
I say.
Oh, there they are.
Excellent. Focus. Yes.
Not quite enough. Okay, so tomorrow's ability, when we play a purple card, he'll attack with just free damage. 162 with a chance to knock back. Essentially the Bible.
Smart.
Okay, we need to clear this area down here. And then the boss room.
Haha. Bingo. I say.
In general, I've found when going through the different dungeons and the runs, I think it's a good idea to just take everything out on the floor because you need the experience. You can get more tools for your deck. I guess you could beeline it towards the bosses if you're in a hurry, but since I'm still unlocking stuff, I want to basically kill everything.
Haha. Excellent.
Okay, we can get another level 2. We can get the Clock Lancet. Okay, level 3.
Bingo.
Oh, whoops. Should play this one first.
Focus. I say. Smart.
Hey, what's up, Emo Possums? How you doing? Welcome to the Vampire Crawler stream. Okay, let's go 2. Didn't matter. Almost seems like we need more one-cost things to build our chains. There is a play all button, which will just play everything, but the game won't factor into the cost for the combo multiplier, so I generally don't do that.
Smart.
too.
Focus.
Post-con recovery. I know how that goes. Oh yeah, the art for this game. If you liked the art in Vampire Survivors, this is more of that with like the actual built 3D environments, but it's all very reminiscent of what was in Vampire Survivors with a much bigger budget, I think. Oh, let's go for Ancient Tome is good. 4 mana for 3 cost. But if we slot in a bunch of the cost reduction stuff, you can get a ton. But Santa Water just immolates things, especially when you evolve it. Like that. And there it is. We can evolve Santa Water. That was a good pickup again. Into Labora, which is very strong. It hits for initial damage and then will DOT burn the enemies.
Excellent. I say.
Okay, we got a decent amount of mana in our pool now. Let's see. These are the damage pools, and they believe they stay with the evolved form, so you just get free damage on top every turn. Emo Possum says, I get to spend the day drawing. It's my favorite kind of day. Nice. Drawing is good. Alright, have fun at work, Bits. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sure we'll be talking about this game in the near future. I plan on streaming it off and on while I play through and unlock stuff and as content rolls out for it. Look forward to me yapping about it more. Alright, we can go 1,
Excellent.
2. Three and 3.
Focus.
Possum says, always fun to get hooked on a new game. Yeah, I had my eyes on this one. I didn't play the demo when it came out because I was kind of busy, and I figured I was going to pick it up when it came out. And so I went in on release day completely cold and have been learning like the core mechanics throughout the week. It's a good time. Okay, so I can explain the friendship amulet. This is just a free wild card. It doesn't burn after you use it, so you just slot it into your consecutive combos with the mana cost, and it's very, very useful. It's one of the best cards in the game right now. So let's see, we don't really have much we can do with it at the moment. Go 1. Make this be our reset. Throw that. Hellfire. damage.
Smart.
Wild. Frontline. Guess we'll just stack it. If we don't continue the combo, then it reverts all the way back down to 1. We get no multiplier.
Haha. Focus.
Alright, go for another mana boost. Corello is pretty good. This one doesn't have an evolution, but it does do decent damage. I guess we need more 2s. Go 1, 2.
I say. Bingo. Excellent.
Let's do this. 1, 2. Opossums, I don't know if you heard me explain this earlier, but the reason why you keep hearing me count is because when I play cards in the deck to attack, they have mana costs with little numbers in the upper left. I'm sitting in front of my mana pool, which is a little blue sphere that says 7 here. Let's move my model for a sec. That number 7 is my mana pool. And that is my total expendable cost. And every time I play a card, it deducts from that mana pool. It's 1, 2, or 0, or -1, where it adds. In this game, in order to stack up damage, if you play cards with consecutive mana costs, either up or down, then it stacks on a damage bonus. So that's why you keep hearing me count. Yeah, exactly. Same concept as far as mana cost goes. Opossums, are you in my community Discord? I recognize your name, but I don't know if I've ever seen you over there. If you have art or other things that you create and want a place to show it off, then my community is pretty chill, so I can drop my Discord link if you want to join. If you're familiar with all the people in Bits or Wazzy's community, it's a lot of the same folks just hanging out over there. Alright, we need 2. Or we should have gone 1 first. Whoops. Look at this. Oh, nice. Alright, let me make sure I remember my command. There we go. Alright. With the combo reset. 0. Oh, should have gone 2 and 3. Oh well. Just nuke him. The rosary functions like the other. I don't think I explained the rosary, but it's a one and done burnable wild, and it does damage to everything on screen. It's like a nuke, but it doesn't one-shot. I think it's a set amount of damage it does. 3. Okay, grab the trapdoor. Yeah, this game, especially once you start building to kind of the more later, like really nuts decks that synergize well, you start seeing stuff pop off everywhere in the environment. There's like the weapon effects going off, things exploding everywhere. But it's all very kind of simple and stylized, which is what I liked about Vampire Survivors. It's like that presentation and aesthetic in Crawlers is very well done. I will save that rosary. And the music is good. There's not really much of a story, which seems pretty on par for Survivors. You're out there exploring, trying to just take out monsters, but everything else is very on point. Hold.
Smart. Excellent. I say. Haha.
And this is the second tier of the first dungeon you run into in the game, which is not super difficult as long as you're paying attention. I could jump into one of the harder ones and you'll actually see me struggle a bit after this, because there are other things I haven't completely unlocked yet, including the hardest tier of the forest. Maybe we can do that next. I do need more gold. This is the boss wave. I don't think I'll jump the chain. Could throw Labora out there to get the DOT, but I think its scaling wouldn't be as high if it wasn't on combo, so we'll just throw the 6s.
Focus. Smart.
Here's level 2.
Finger.
3. Reset. Oh, there's the whip. Stack on damage for the overkill bonus. Okay, card is copied when used. Oh, that's really useful. We could put that on Spellbinder. That means we play it, it costs 0, and then it duplicates itself, and we get to use it again. Very useful for Prognolo. Well, I think it's the end of the run, right? Yep. Okay, floor 5 of 5. Get to the end, Reaper kills us, and that's it for the run. Ooh, we unlocked a new Arcana. Gained 2,000 armor. We unlocked the bone, so now we can get the bone in regular runs. And you have Clarici, none. Okay. So she heals 3 cards when you recruit her, or 3 life, and whenever a blue card is played, heals after the encounter. So you play a bunch of blue cards, then basically you can stack up a lot of regen with her. Okay, that's decent. Kind of like this particular combo. Let's stick with Pugnala and Mortaccio for now. But let's go into one of the difficult floors and see if we can clear it. That 2,000 armor Arcana is nutty. I wonder if that's retained until it's depleted. Okay, Berserk Wood. We have not cleared this one. This is the hardest layer in the forest map. Alright, let's give this one a try. Going back in, all of our stats, power-ups, and everything are reset.
Let's dance.
Alright, Spellbinder. We're going to build kind of similarly to what we did before. It'll come down to luck of the draw. But we want to grab a bunch of the yellow cards to proc Pugnala's passive and get these crawler counts up really high so they don't leave. Start. Okay, grab Candle. Or we can grab double damage. I think that's probably better. We could put that in the bone. There is an upgrade for the guns, but I haven't even seen it drop. It's the Tira Jisoo. The thing that lets you revive if you die. And it must be rare because I haven't seen it come up yet. Another one. Ooh, we can put this into the magic wand. So the magic wand has been upgraded with the blacksmith. That's why there's 2 gem slots here. As long as we leave one open, then we can evolve that one when we get one of the tomes. And then the 2 times damage will apply to the evolution 2 once we do that. I'm pretty sure. Find out. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Waste. Grab the stone mask in case we get the cats.
I say.
Hollow Heart. This is a one and done. Gets us more max health. It's needed to evolve the whip. We'll grab that. It definitely seems like going for the evolutions of the weapons is a good idea. So we won't burn this one. We'll just hold on to it and try and get the whip.
Focus.
Here's Tome. Here, evolve gem. So that should get us. Yep. Holy wand. There it is. And it retained the 2 times damage, so that's actually a pretty big hike in damage. I think that was a good idea.
Smart.
Yes.
Here's the whip. This one's 0 cost. Hits all the enemies. If we can evolve it into the bloody tear, it's pretty strong. Wow, 1944? That's gonna one-shot the boss. Nice. Earn coins when card kills an enemy. Let's see. Throw it on. Throw it on the bone. Alright, possums, feel free to lurk while you're working. It's not a problem. I will continue to yap about vampire crawlers. Okay, let's grab the tome for more mana boosting. Mana cost reduced by 2, blue trigger. This is Mortacio's. His condition is blue cards trigger extra projectiles. You can get something in -2 cost though. -1. Let's put it on. Let's put it on here. This will give us 1 additional mana, 3 per. That'll let us start at -1.
I say.
I say.
Turns are getting low here though. Need some more of the spellbinders to show up.
Smart. Calcium.
There we go.
Excellent.
Yes.
Ah, there we go. Ooh, there's some tough choices here. So we can upgrade or evolve the whip into Bloody Tear, or we can make a card wild. That is tempting, but of the selections here, I think I'll take the damage.
Focus. Excellent.
Spellbinders? No. There we go.
Yes. Bingo.
Well, Bloody Tear has a base damage that hits everybody, or multiple enemies, but on crit it heals. My crawlers are gonna leave. Whoops, oh well. Later. Okay, we can grab Crown. This functions as a one cost, but it's one and done. We'll just take the boost to our growth stat up here. Means we'll level faster.
To your aid.
Oh, dodge shield's gone. Oop, no, don't burn that.
Smart.
Oh, whoops, I know you can hit it from the other side. Oh, just wasted chest. Two reds. I guess we can... No, I think I'm going to keep my weapons. We'll see. Maybe we'll pick up some more as we go. Okay, the coffin encounter. This is sort of like an enemy rush where you have to take a large wave out, and that's how you unlock different characters, but we already unlocked Pugnala here. We'll just skip that one for now.
Focus. I say, excellent.
There he is.
Bones, them bones.
Okay, we do have Stone Mask. We'll take the cats. That's Vicious Hunger if we can get it evolved. We don't want to burn the Stone Mask for that reason.
How did I get here? I say.
Where are my spellbinders at? Okay, return puts it back in your hand after playing. It's kind of like a free. We'll put it on here. Now she leaves. Okay, the enemy waves are definitely tougher here.
My turn now.
Great.
Bingo. Smart.
Calcium.
Now we have a decent mana pool. Even more so, base mana is now 5. Increased duration. I'll put this on. Put it on 0 cost for the bone. Or we could put it on the weighty tome. So every time we add mana, we also boost duration of our crawler assists. I think I like that better. Friendship Amulet. We'll leave that there in case we take more damage against the boss.
Bingo. Smart.
Okay, that's functioning as 0. 1.
I say. Excellent.
Big guns.
Haha.
0. One. Oh, we're out of mana.
Smart.
So that works. Duration up.
Bingo.
Calcium.
Okay, I guess we'll just grab the free healing. Let's move on. Alright, we can involve the cats now. Like it's Suspicious Hunger, which has a chance to turn the enemies into coins.
Haha. Focus.
Yes.
Excellent.
Another wild.
I say.
Haha. Bingo. Excellent.
That's a lot of damage.
Bare bones.
That's also a lot of damage. Okay. We can get a sword, or we can get Hellfire. Get the sword. Ideally, we'll get both eventually.
Calcium.
I say. Focus. Bingo. Haha.
Smart.
We'll clear the middle and then section on the left before we go up.
Bare bones.
Focus. Yes.
17.
I say.
Oh, my spellbinders.
Smart. Bingo.
Still does pretty decent damage on ×1 multiplier.
Focus. I say.
Go 0. 1, 2.
Excellent.
Alright, what to burn? I burn one of our armor. 7 base mana now.
Yes. Haha. Smart.
Ooh, Santa water. Alright, we haven't seen this thing yet. The vending machine allows us to sacrifice one of our cards, and then we get a permanent boost to that stat for the run. So that should give us an additional 2 armor. I think that's just for the remainder of our time in the dungeon. Yep, now we're up to 4 base armor, which is pretty good.
Calcium.
Focus.
Crunchy.
Haha.
Draw. 2, 3, wild. 2, 3. For the overkill. Alright, Labora. I need to put an extra slot on the Santa water. That one's base cost is higher. So the cost of adding another slot, the blacksmith, is proportionally higher.
I say. Yes.
That might have been a waste. Labora already does pretty decent damage.
I say.
Okay, this should be the last floor.
Yes.
Oh, whoops. Keep assuming that's going to be 0.
Calcium.
Throw double damage on the wand again. That worked pretty well last time.
Crunchy.
Smart. Bingo. Focus.
Okay, food. Don't need food at the moment.
Smart.
Excellent.
Oh, I didn't see the one.
Smart. Excellent.
Didn't have a one.
Yes.
set 2, 3. Once I learned how the wilds work, it dramatically changed how I set up my combos. Ooh. This is an Arcana chest. Okay, so now we can pick up an additional Arcana to take on the remainder of the run, even though this is the last floor. I think I want trigger abilities at the start of the turn. So that means Mortacio's projectile up will trigger, and then Pugnala's draw will trigger. It could be fun.
Calcium.
Smart.
Hit hard. Okay, we got wings. Which I don't think I've picked up the wings yet. That is a wild. Reduce mana cost the next card played by 1. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes.
Focus. Bingo.
I say.
Haha. Focus. Smart.
Go 1. Trying to think of the best way to play this. 2, 3, 0, 1.
Excellent.
More spellbinders. 9 base mana. Okay, boss time.
Excellent. Yes. Smart.
Not quite enough. Alright, this thing that shows up on certain boss enemies, I believe it's driven by turns played or cards played. Every time you play a card or draw a card, it fills up these eye marks, and when it fills up, the boss will hit you with something. It is dangerous.
Haha.
Their bones.
Focus.
Confuse. It randomizes the costs of my different cards for 1 turn. That doesn't matter, it's dead. These won't matter. And that's the run. We unlocked the Yin Yang gem. And the calcium gem. Oh, we got some money now. We could drop it on crawler slots. This means we can take 3. Actually, let's refund them. This doesn't really matter as far as how optimally we spend everything. Yeah, that'd be fine. Eventually, I think we're going to get some more permanent power-ups to unlock down here. But now we can take a team of 3 crawlers. And that's awesome. I think I'm going to go... I'm going to go Pugnala on primary.
I am of a high
Then
caliber.
Mortaccio.
In a quiver.
And Popea is pretty good too. She gains duration every time a yellow card's played. She synergizes extremely well with Pugnala from what I've seen.
I'd sing if I could.
We'll take this trio. We could try the curd refinery. This is the hardest tier of the dairy plant, and there is a relic to be found here.
Let's dance. What about? Unite.
Enemies are tougher here.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Okay, if you use cards too many times in one turn, they'll start to crack. If you continue to push it, they will shatter permanently, and a really strong Reaper enemy called the Trickster shows up. I think I can do one more.
Unite. Unite.
Okay, let's not push it. I have had that happen, and the Trickster Reapers are tough.
Unite. Unite. Unite.
And Papia's weapon, Song of Mana, it does group damage and creates a temporary wild card that gives you 3 mana every time. That's pretty useful.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Not doing enough damage.
Careful.
Unite.
getting up to 4 to be able to use Song of Mana is good. But I believe its temporary cards go away after that encounter. But you could stack up with wilds pretty well.
Unite. Unite.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Unite.
That works. We can burn those as we need them.
Unite.
Could have got Garlic. Garlic Evolve Soul Eater is pretty strong because it can heal. Should get that if you get a chance.
Unite. Unite.
Hmm.
Unite.
Something that would kill more of them. That works.
Unite. Unite.
Oh boy. I am going to die.
Unite.
Calcium.
Unite.
Gotta prioritize damage. Oh, we can put that on here. Oh, that's nice.
Unite. Unite.
Burn a freeze. The Orgolians will freeze the enemies for 1 turn in addition to functioning like a wild.
Unite. Unite.
Ooh, okay. Alright. Tier Jisoo. Since I'm probably gonna die, this will let us revive. Oh, okay. We have to burn it though. But now we have the item we need to evolve the guns. If we can survive till we get another evolved gem, that'd be cool. Because we can burn it to get revive, or hold on to it and try and evolve.
Unite. Unite. Unite.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna need to focus on damage earlier on. That level's tough. Try Weenie Bridge. I've gotten close. This one's a little bit tough because it's like a straight endurance round of fighting enemies, and you don't get as many upgrades because you're going in between. So you really have to stack up damage with your combo. But I haven't gone in here with a 3-person team yet.
This round's on me. I say.
My turn now.
Great.
Unite. Unite. Unite.
Having 3 armor does help because these enemies don't do a ton of damage unless they're all hitting you at once.
Unite.
We'll wait one more turn before they got a chance to hit us anyway.
Unite. 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 Unite.
I I think Song of Mana's evolve as the crown. It was in another game, but we can't burn it.
Unite. Unite.
I wonder if there's a limit to how many of the temporary wilds you can have. So we'll find out.
Unite.
Evolve? Nope. Can add a blue trigger. Let's put it on here. Means when we throw a bone, it'll activate his additional projectile passive.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Grab duplicator.
Unite. Unite.
Okay, that's good damage.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Oh, that actually killed a lot more of them than I would have expected.
Unite. Unite.
Not enough.
Unite. 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 Unite.
That was lucky.
Unite. Unite.
Okay, still taking kind of a lot of damage. Evolve. Okay, that works.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Attack. The wand. I wonder if this will just increase the multiplier by playing a wild on a wild. I'll save it just in case it doesn't.
Unite.
Whoa.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Okay, that worked out.
Unite.
Okay, we can actually get a pretty decent amount of regen as long as we survive this.
Unite. Unite. Unite.
That'll do it. Just barely hanging on. Ooh, give me the guns. Really? No guns? Well, Soul Eater's good. This might make or break the run because we can regen.
Unite.
Does up the multiplier. Okay. Oh boy.
Unite.
Healing might not be enough.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Let's try this. Oh, I'm still gonna get hit.
Unite.
9 mana. Okay, that's actually pretty good. We could... no, just do damage. Could burn another one of these for the combo, but I will hold it. Not out of it yet.
Unite.
Need more level 2s.
Unite. 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 Unite.
That would do a pretty decent amount of damage.
Unite.
Slowly clawing our way back up with health. Hollow Heart can get us the whip.
Unite.
Oof. Two yellows? Nah. Alright. Now it's the boss wave. Okay, if we're really careful, I think we can get through this.
Unite. Unite.
Oh, one short. Ow.
Unite.
Uh-oh.
Unite.
Oh, it's the sword again. Okay. I think he's dangerous.
Unite. Unite.
Boss time. Oh boy. 8 health. This thing also has the eye ability where it counts up.
Unite. 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 Unite.
Oh, I'm surprised we were able to combo that. Oh. Well, if it hits me again, I'm dead. I think it's doable. I think our damage was a little bit undertuned just because we didn't have as many options to get evolves. That bridge leads to the next major area. I think there's one or two more zones. I think it's one more zone, another bridge, and then the final zone. I probably need to grind a bit more and get some more power-ups and get some more sockets on my gear. Oh, I bet I couldn't get the evolve because I socketed one of my 2 guns. These both need to have an empty slot, I think. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that possums headed out earlier. We're about to wrap up anyway. Stream went fast. I'd like to be able to do this again when I have a little more time, but I do have to run as well. So let me see who is online that we can raid and go hang out and wrap up. Oh, I see Illiston is online. I don't think I've rated them in a while. They're playing No Man's Sky. Nice. Can head over there. Let me go ahead and queue that up. And go to outro. And we will call it a stream for today. We should be back tomorrow in the afternoon with the next session of Shadow of Naju to continue that playthrough. So in the meantime, thanks to everybody who came and hung out. Vampire Crawlers is a blast. I will be playing this a lot more and we'll be streaming it again. So in the meantime, hope everyone has a good rest of your morning, day, or evening. And I will catch you folks in the next one. I'm going to queue up the raid and we will ready to head over and see how Illiston's doing. Catch you folks tomorrow.